Wondering what to look for in a home inspection? Well, not to worry. The home inspection is one of the most critical steps in purchasing a home, and that is whether it's a brand new home or a resale property. In this video, we're going to take a look at what you should look for in a home inspection. We'll talk about what's included in the inspection, why the inspection matters, and how to read that inspection report. By understanding what to look for in a home inspection, you will be empowered to make the best possible decision for your home purchase. If this is your first time visiting the channel, and if you want to know everything there is about the Houston market and Houston's best real estate, then subscribe below and be sure to tap the bell so that you will be among the first to know about the current market and Houston's best real estate. And by the way, my name is Michael Hughes. I am a Texas real estate broker and a Texas real estate attorney of more than 20 years. And along with my wife and business partner, Carol Hughes, we help folks just like you buy and sell Houston's best real estate. Now, before we jump into the actual home inspection, let's talk for a minute about the person performing the inspection. A home inspector is a person who is licensed by the state of Texas to perform standardized home inspections. In order to obtain their license, a candidate has to take and pass a certain amount of educational courses and also a statewide examination. Inspectors are fingerprinted and subjected to FBI background investigations, just the same as real estate sales agents and brokers. And ultimately, their inspector's license will be issued by the Texas Real Estate Commission, just the same as real estate sales agents and brokers. Inspectors are subject to insurance requirements, bonding requirements, and they also have to take continuing education courses in order to maintain their license with the Real Estate Commission. A home inspection is a detailed, comprehensive evaluation of the property's condition. The home inspector will evaluate the entire property, including things like the roof, the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating and air conditioning system, the appliances, pretty much everything on the property. And they will evaluate the condition of these items against a standardized inspection standard that looks for things such as safety concerns, adherence to current construction and safety standards, any sort of necessary repairs, and potential maintenance items. Now, after the inspection is over, you and your agent will get a copy of the inspection report, which is a very detailed, very thorough listing of everything that was inspected and if there are any issues or deficiencies that were uncovered and what those are, whether they are big things or small things. Whether you are buying a new construction house or a resale home, or as I like to call them, used houses, a home inspection is a must and it should not be overlooked. Here's why. First and most importantly, the home inspection is the buyer's only way to get a professional third-party opinion about the condition of the home that they just signed a contract to purchase. Now, while the seller is required to disclose to the buyer all material information about the property's condition that the seller knows, there's nothing that requires the seller to inspect or to investigate or to go looking for problems. So, there could possibly be issues that are not obvious, that the seller does not know about, and therefore they would not disclose to the buyer. The home inspection helps the buyer uncover these kinds of issues. The second reason why home inspections are so important is that it allows the buyer to be aware of serious issues with the home while there is still enough time to do something about it. The home inspection normally happens very, very quickly in the home buying process. It normally is immediately after the contract is signed. And if the buyer and the buyer's agent have negotiated a termination option in the purchase contract, then the inspection report makes the buyer aware of any issues with the property while there is still enough time in the termination option for the buyer to have some options. The buyer can either negotiate with the seller about whatever the issues are and find some way to come to a resolution, or it allows the buyer the possibility of terminating the purchase contract, walking away, and getting their earnest money back. Even if you are purchasing a new construction home that comes with a warranty, I'll still tell you that a home inspection is a critically important step, and you should obtain an inspection of that new construction home. It can help the buyer uncover if there are any very costly builder mistakes before the home is completed and certainly before the buyer closes on the home. Now, while it's not incredibly common, nobody's perfect, and sometimes mistakes are made when a builder is building a house. People are human, mistakes get made. By having an inspection performed, it makes the buyer aware of these issues either before the home closes or while there is still time in the home's warranty period to get these issues addressed by the builder. Now, in most cases, the buyer is going to have to pay out of pocket for the inspector's services. And the cost of the inspection will vary based on the size of the house, how many features the home has, and how many inspections you want the inspector to do. Standard home inspection, wood destroying insects, termite inspection, if there's a septic system, a swimming pool, if there are outbuildings, all of these can increase the cost of the inspection. If there are any major issues uncovered by the inspection that cause the buyer to terminate the contract, in most cases, the buyer will not receive any repayment of the inspection fee from the seller. But even in that case, the inspection has saved the buyer money. After all, would you rather be out the few $100s for the inspection fee or the several $1,000s when you have to correct the hidden issue that the inspection would have uncovered? Buying a home without getting a home inspection would be like buying a car without taking it for a test drive, or buying a business without looking at the financials. Maybe everything will work out just fine. Or maybe there is a big, giant, ugly issue hidden just below the surface. To me, it's just not worth the risk. Let the buyer beware and get the home inspection. After the inspection, you and your agent will receive the inspection report, which details everything that the inspector found. And I do mean everything. From the most inconsequential cosmetic issue all the way up to the really serious, really dramatic things and everything in between. Sometimes I joke around with my inspector partners and I accuse them of getting paid by the pound, or they get paid by how long they can make the inspection report or how thick they can make the inspection report. But it's all in good fun because we have to understand that inspectors are required to note everything that is not in keeping with current inspection standards. Now, that tends to make these reports get rather lengthy, and the inspectors use really frightening words like deficient. And that tends to scare the daylights out of most buyers. After all, they looked at the property and everything looks fine. But here is a professional report with 30 or 40 pages of things that are marked as deficient. Well, this is where it's very important to review the inspection report with your agent, who can parse through all these findings and explain what it all means. Once again, anything that is not up to current inspection standards is required to be marked as deficient. But the inspection standards are constantly changing, just like construction standards are constantly changing. What may have been perfectly fine 2 years, 5 years, 20 years ago when the home was built are not okay today because the standards have changed. So in other words, if we were to build this exact house today, we would have to use different materials or perhaps different processes in building the house than were used when the home was actually built. And that's because the inspection standards and the construction standards have changed in the intervening time. All of this while, let's say, that particular item is still functioning just fine. It's never had a problem, and it is functioning as per the original construction or inspection standard. And that's fine. But the inspection report that we get now has to mark it as deficient because the current standards are different. What's more, as we said previously, the inspection report is going to note everything from the most trivial cosmetic issue all the way up to the very serious items that need to be addressed with the seller. I have seen deficient comments for squeaking door hinges and burned out light bulbs. I've also seen deficient comments for cracked foundations and leaking roofs. It's very important to be able to separate the cosmetic issues from the very serious issues that need to be addressed with the seller in a request for repairs. And this is where your agent's experience and expertise is going to come in very handy. What are some common deficiencies in inspection reports? Well, no two homes are the same, and so no two inspection reports are ever going to be identical to each other. But if you think about a house, and if you think about the different parts of a house, there are some common issues that tend to crop up more often in inspection reports. Here's a quick list of some more common deficiencies that would be considered serious items to be addressed and resolved with the seller. Roof problems, including missing shingles, leaks in the roof, hail damage, or other signs of aging. Plumbing issues, including leaking pipes, poor water pressure, outdated materials. Electrical concerns, including faulty wiring or outlets, outdated wiring, or inadequate service panels. HVAC system problems, including dirty or failing air conditioning or heating units, lack of maintenance, and especially if the filters haven't been changed in a very long time. Foundation issues, minor cracks in the foundation are normal, but large shifts or large cracks can indicate serious structural issues in the home. Drainage issues, including poor grading of the land and standing water around the home. Now, not all of these issues mean that you shouldn't buy the house, but they do require your attention, perhaps additional investigation or additional inspections, and possibly renegotiating with the seller either to address the repairs or to negotiate a possible reduction in price. To recap, always get a home inspection, regardless of whether the home is brand new construction or a resale property. Review the report with your agent to help separate the minor issues from the major concerns. Use the report's findings to negotiate repairs with the seller or an adjustment to the contract when that is warranted. A home inspection is a necessary part of the home buying process that gives you peace of mind and also helps you to make an informed decision about the property and the purchase. Now, whether you're looking to make your next move next week, next month, even next year, Carol and I would love to help make your next home purchase smooth and worry-free. So click on the link below to set up a one-on-one Zoom consultation. Or, of course, you can always give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We would love to hear from you, and we are looking forward to helping you buy or sell Houston's best real estate.